Let's talk about some stacking here with MK677. Once again, it can stack with virtually anything, regardless of what kind of cycle you're running, what your goals are. It can benefit you. Just keep in mind the hunger factor is going to be a major issue. And so if you're trying to cut, it might not be the best option, in my own opinion. I'm not going to try to use it on a cutting cycle because I know that I'm not going to be able to stay within my calorie goals for a cut, because to have a sufficient cut, you need to be in somewhat of a deficit. Otherwise, your body's not going to be using up storages of body fat. It just doesn't make sense to think otherwise. So stacking, you can stack it with Rad 140 is a great one if you're wanting to add lean mass. You can stack it with Rad 140, AC262, Ostarine, any of those kind of SARMs would be great. It also stacks very well with anabolics. So if you're running a cycle of maybe DECA and test, or test and trend, or something like that. Trend is one thing that a lot of guys have had a hard time with because it cuts hunger so much for some people. Okay, so it can greatly help with the decreased appetite associated with trend that some people get. Another one would be something like maybe Winstrol or Anavar would be great to run alongside of it, because they can balance out, and especially with joints like a DHT steroid, a lot of guys have tendencies to get dry, painful joints. MK can help a lot with reducing that or preventing it, or even completely doing a 180 on the joint pain. So if you've been on a cycle and you're getting joint pain, there have been a lot of guys who've reported having the joint pain healed by the MK677. So keep that in mind. Now, if you choose to run this in a fat loss cycle, you could run it with something like Cardarine, SR9011, or even SLU PP332. This is one of my new favorite products. I've done videos on this, so I'm not going to get into it too much. But the combination of any of those would help drastically in reducing body fat. Once again, you still have to be in a calorie deficit, so that might be an issue for some people. Other compounds you could utilize it with would be CJC 1295 and ipamorelin. Once again, these are growth hormone secretagogues, so I don't think it's necessary because MK does such a good job increasing growth hormone on its own. I don't see a need to add anything else to further stimulate growth hormone, because your body's not going to be able to utilize it all efficiently. Okay.